Hello class, today we're going to learn about rational numbers and absolute value. So recall integers are the set of whole numbers and their opposites. And a rational number is any number that can be written as a fraction. So opposites, numbers that are the same distance from zero. So what are some examples? Well, if I have -4, the opposite of -4 is 4. Okay, opposite of -4 is 4. Okay, graph the number and its opposite. So we're going to start at 6. The opposite of 6 is -6. Okay, absolute value. The absolute value is the distance between a number and 0 on a number line. Okay, so for example, if we had the absolute value of -4, your answer is 4 because it's 4 jumps from 0. The same thing, if we have the absolute value of 4, your 4 jumps from 0. So absolute value is always positive unless we have a negative on the outside. So the absolute value symbol will just be 2 vertical lines. So find the absolute value of 3. So absolute value of 3. So if I'm at 3, how many jumps from 3 am I? From 0. 1, 2, 3. So absolute value of 3 equals 3. So distance is positive. So if you have a Fitbit or an Apple Watch that takes a look at your steps. If you walk backwards, it's not going to take off steps. It's going to keep calculating forward your steps. So absolute value of -5/3 is 5/3. Positive. Okay, if there's a negative on the outside of the absolute value symbol, then that's the only way you're going to have a negative. Because what this is saying, we have a negative and then take the absolute value of -8, which is 8. And that's why that answer would be negative. Only if you see a negative on the outside of the absolute value. Compare the absolute value of -2.5 or 2 5/10, which you know is 2 5/10, and 3/2. Well, 3/2, if you don't know, is 1 1/2. Or like we did in class, we can divide it out. Bring up your decimal. 2 can go to 3 one time. 3 minus 2 is 1. Bring down the 0. 2 goes into 10 5 times. So there's your 1.5, 1 1/2. So the absolute value of -2 1/2 would be positive 2 1/2 compared to 1 1/2. So the absolute value of -2 1/2 is greater than 3/2 because it's further from 0. Okay, so use less than, greater than, or equal to. So the absolute value of 9 is 9 compared to the absolute value of -9, which is also 9. So your answer for this one is equal to. Here we have a negative on the outside of the absolute value symbol. So -1/2, where we know 1/2 is 0 5/10, or -1/4, which we know is -0.25. So think of a number line. If we have 0, we have -1, and we cut it into 4th. There's my half mark. Okay, 1/4 would be here. -1/4 would be here. -1/2 would be here. So -1/2 is further from 0. It's going further away, so it's less than. And then 7 compared to the absolute value negative than the absolute value of 4.5. So 7 compared to negative 4.5. So you know 7 is greater than. Okay, order from least to greatest. And when you do this, you have to go back to the original numbers, the numbers that are given to you. So take a look at these numbers and which is the smallest one. So negative 2 is the smallest, and I cross off as I go. Okay, then we keep working our way up. Absolute value of negative 2. So we have the absolute value of negative 2. Then we do the absolute value of 3. And the absolute value of negative 5. And then we have plain old 8. So you have to go back and put the original numbers in. Okay, let's take a look at a word problem. You deliver flowers to an office building. You enter at ground level. And you go down 2 floors to make the delivery. So we're going down 1, 2. So we're in the basement. Then from there, you're going up 7 floors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now we're on the 5th floor. Write an integer on how you will get to the ground level. Well, we're at the 5th floor. We need to go down 5 floors. Because we went down 5 floors, you would say the integer is negative 5. I hope this helps you understand absolute value and ordering integers. Have a great day.